All right, I think we're live now. Welcome everyone to another A Million or the Moon live stream. We have a very interesting guest with us today, the founder of PulseSpeak. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So, by the way, just for my sake and the audience sake, what's your name? What should we call you?
Call me Mike. Yeah.
Call me Mike. Okay, right on. So you okay? So you're docs then.
Yeah.
Okay, right on, man, right on. Well, man, look, before we delve into your project, I first want to get to know you a little bit. What was it that got you interested in magic internet money? In other words, cryptocurrency.
Yeah. So I got into crypto around December 2016. And
Mm,
at that time I didn't know much stuff about it. And actually the first crypto I've heard was Ethereum instead of Bitcoin. And then I was actually looking at Reddit posts at a time, and then I saw one of the posts saying that this kind of blockchain technology could have tons of potential, like smart contracts, stuff like that. And then I asked one of my roommate, which was in computer science at the time, and then I asked him like, "What is that? What is blockchain? What is Bitcoin?" And then he was like, you know what? I actually started mining Bitcoin and Ethereum for like a few months already." And I was like, "What the hell is going on? You don't tell me how to make money? Like we are living together at the time." So I was like, man. And then I asked him, so how do I start? Like I started buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin from Coinbase account because
mm.
that was the only three coins that you could buy at a time, and it was early 2017. And I think ETH was like 10 or 11 bucks, something like that. Yeah. And then long story short, so you know, if you have tried to do crypto in 2017, it was wild. Like you think there was a lot of rug pull right now, man. It was a whole different ball game back in
Yeah,
2017.
they called it the
Like
Wild West for a reason,
of
right?
course, a lot of ICOs, cloud mining, real mining. Yeah, and of course, in June 2017, I got into BitConnect, which which is a really roller coaster journey for me. And I wasn't thinking straight at that time, to be honest. Like I was just putting tons and tons of money into it and just keep rolling, like because you're kind of addictive at that time, just keep
You just
seeing
like
your money
reinvest,
grow
reinvest,
on
reinvest.
paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like of course everything was looking good until everything collapsed, and then but shortly after that, I actually got most of my crypto stolen directly from Binance Exchange with an email phishing site, like for some verification or something. And then at that time, I was pretty much done with crypto, like I thought I was having something from nothing, and it's back to nothing again. And then it was so devastated for me at the time. And then I just told myself, just go back to 9 to 5 job, and then at least I could have some of my money back.
Yeah.
But like during the time I was working, there was a voice keep asking myself, like, is that really the things you want in the future? Is that the legacy you want for the rest of your life? And for me, the answer is no. So I decided to find back the love that I have in crypto back in the days, to tell myself it's just way more than just a scam. It's a lot of beauty into crypto, and I start reading tons of articles and watched a lot of YouTube videos at a time. And then one day, actually, I found one of the richest video, which
Mm,
was him slaughtering Craig Wright in front of the crowd. And
mm.
then it was the first time I was so admired of a person by his knowledge. Like he was so knowledgeable about everything he said,
Yeah.
and facts after facts he back up with it. And um, of course, shortly after that, I start to look into all his videos, and then I'm really glad that I actually found him like right before Hacks Lobby came out. It was like I think it's like about a month, yeah. And I always told myself I was so lucky because if I didn't have a chance to look at the video before this hacks coming out, I wouldn't have a chance to even look at it, because at that time, like, all the narratives about hacks was like, it's a scam, it's a Ponzi, and then
But you heard it from him first.
you're like a normal investor, a normal crypto investor. You won't even look at it because all the talking in the public. So I was really glad that I found out his video before hacks came out, and of course I participate in the day one AA lobby. Yeah, that's the story.
That's awesome. And so, what got you thinking about starting to build? Am I on mute? Folks, let me know in the comments if I'm on mute. let me know if y'all can hear us. Just let us know in the comments. Let me see here. I'll check my settings.
1 second, please. I think for some reason I couldn't hear you.
Maybe we'll just start miming. Yeah, if you guys can hear us in the comments, just let us know. Ricardo saying you're good.
Okay. Yep.
Poof on the beat. What up, y'all? Yeah, by the way, everyone, like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to notify new uploads. Share. Do all that good stuff.
Ricardo saying you're good.
Yep. Is everything good on your end?
What up, y'all? Yeah, by the way, everyone, like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to notify new uploads. Share. Do all that good stuff.
Can you hear me okay?
Is everything good on your end?
1 second.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. Folks, we're having technical difficulties here. It's okay. The Richard Hart haters are after us. We're getting our situation sorted out. In the meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm seeing DeFi Dior saying Binance stole my crypto too. Absolutely, yeah. And guys, it's crazy too to think of like back in the day. We had like the early days of crypto were crazy. You had Mt. Gox shut down. I believe it was like the premier exchange globally for a while. In Canada, you had Quadriga CX shut down, which I know for a fact was like the go-to exchange in Canada for a while. So, man, the early days of getting crypto it was like a minefield. I'm not even sure what kind of options there were out there for self-custody. So, yeah, we've gone a long way here. Bear with us, folks. We're just having we're just sorting ourselves out here. So, in the meanwhile, let us know if you guys have any questions about PulseSpeak over here. We seem to be having a sacrifice phase. 15 days until the bonding curve starts. So, this is going to be kind of interesting once we're up and running here, once we have a second, to see if this is worth our consideration. Look, guys, like, the reason why I'm personally interested in kind of
to see if this is worth our consideration. Look, guys, like,
Hey, Mike, I think you got your mute button there. Hold on, folks. Bear with us.
Oh yeah, for some reason my computer doesn't have sound on it, so it's weird. But yeah, I'll try to. Yeah, I don't want to have like double sound during the stream.
Right. Okay, so we're just seeing if we can get this sorted out. Hold on here, folks. I'm seeing Chris in the house. Everything's slotting into place, 100%.
Maybe I should rejoin from my laptop. Yeah,
sure.
Give me 1 second.
No worries, no problem. Zimlica is saying 44K sacrifice since April 15th. I'm not too sure, but we're about to figure out. Everything is fine on Bufo's end. Yeah, Bufo. I think the issue is just Mike's audio. I think he's unable to hear me without kind of like the having the double speak on the audio. So we'll get this sorted out. Appreciate everyone's patience. But no, guys, look, while Mike's kind of figuring the situation out over there, the reason why I'm interested in talking to all these new projects is because, folks, to be very frank with y'all, there is a 100% direct correlation between how early you are into something and your potential return on investment. And with these new pulse chain projects and all these sacrifice phases, it's literally the definition of getting in early. And so it's important, if you're going to invest in something, that you take the time to kind of figure out what this is. And so Mike is back, and hopefully we can kind of get the ball rolling here. Mike.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Is everything better now? Can you hear me okay?
Yep. Joining from laptop. Yep.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, no worries, man. It's all good. We have technical difficulties on our end all the time. So I figured kind of where we were. I remember I was asking you about your project. So you kind of let us know, your history in crypto, how you've kind of you've seen those highs, you've seen those lows. You thankfully found that Richard ecosystem, found some degree of success there. I'm sure you, alongside many people, have been inspired and learned a lot from Richard Hart. But I want to ask you specifically, what got you thinking about building something on your own? What got you thinking about building PulseSpeak? And then, tell us about your process, how you got there, and then kind of what your project is about.
Sure. So I believe the initial idea was start from around 2 years ago. And I don't know if you guys remember the stuff that happened in Hong Kong, which the CCP government trying to implement tons of policy to remove the freedom of the Hong Kong people. So I know that there might be someone think like, oh, it's not an urgency. It's like free speech is still available for everyone in our country, right? But in my opinion, that's not the case. And since I was I was living the US like close to 10 years ago, and at that time everything was going well. Like you can feel free to speak your piece, have your opinions on social media platform. And at that time, I really thought like the United States is the best country that I've ever been. But like since all the policy, all the cancel culture, and all the censorships coming up, and it gave me start thinking like, what's going on in the world right now? Like, is it really the path that we going on like in the future? Like, do we have to worry about everything that we said, every word that we use? We are not even allowed to speak our opinions right now. So that was the initial idea that makes me thinking like I have to do something within my own power to make free speech alive and try to make it great again. So as I dig deeper into the real reason why this type of cancel culture and censorship was existed, it's actually all linked to one thing, which is money. And in order to keep those kind of companies happy, they start to implement tons and tons of policy to cancel people's free right from making speech. And because they feel like those kind of comment might jeopardize their revenue. So like December last year, I was really glad that I have a chance to talk to Richard in person during the London party. And then just a little conversation, but it's really, really productive. And at that time, it got me to start thinking, hey, maybe it's time. It's a wake-up call for me to start making things happen for this community and for free speech, like I used to think about. Like, and because of that, I start to brainstorm about what kind of project should I get into, and then I start to assemble a team, which I'm really glad that I have a great team for me to work it all out. And then and shortly after that, we decide to build a social platform that is built with a prediction market. And if you guys know what a prediction market about, is actually you can freely wager in every topics, like politics. I mean, like who is gonna be the next president, or like will Dogecoin get to $1 by 2022, or hacks get to $1 in 2022? Everything you could think of, every topics that you could think of could be questioned and make it a market within the protocol. So for us, PulseSpeak was actually the first social media platform that is built with a prediction market. And in our platform, you can feel free to enjoy free speech and discuss with our users in any topics, and to feel free to speculate on the topics as well. Like prediction market is a really huge but underrated market in my opinion. Like, you know, in our daily lives, everyone's trying to get the truth, you know, from every topics in our daily life, right? And when the prediction market is combined with a uncensored market, it will actually bring out the most genuine interaction and conversation within the topics. And mostly, it actually could crowdsource the most truth data, in my opinion. So with this interaction and with this kind of conversation in between the topics, it will actually have a really, really awesome platform being built up on top of just a social platform or just a prediction market that like any other prediction market existed right now. So in my opinion, it's a really awesome combination and in a feature to be put into a social platform. Yeah.
Interesting. Right on. And so, would you say you were first a social media platform or first a predictions platform, or would you say you're a hybrid?
Yeah, so I think I don't think there's actually a real Web 3.0 social platform right now. And
Mm,
of course, I could claim PulseSpeak would be the first ever Web3 social media platform. And actually, we have a really solid protocol and idea to back up with that. So for people that don't familiar with the prediction market, actually, we are having a complete fork of Augur. And Augur was
mm,
actually a dApp that was built back in 2015 on Ethereum. And then they have been battle tested for years, and they have daily volume of like 25 to 30 millions per day. So as I said, it's a really huge but underrated market because no one really see the potential of the prediction market. And besides, they just treat it like a wagering website, like another betting website or casino. But actually, it's way more than just a betting website, you know. And we would like to take the advantage of this protocol and try to innovate it into something better, into something greater, and to help free speech to get to the next level, you know. So yeah.
So how could you see the use case of prediction markets growing from just kind of gambling and speculation?
So like in terms of the user base, I think in 2021 actually there's a 12.5 billion market size in the prediction market. So
Mm,
that means that like at first the user base is already there. Like all we have to do is to innovate the ideas of that prediction market and push it forward into something greater, which is make it a social platform. And you know, in all the topics in social media platform, everything is about interaction. And how do you get the most genuine interaction and the conversation in between to make it a hot topic? Basically you just talk within the market, and then you can help yourself to make a decision if you're really interested into the topic. So basically we will let our users not just to speculate on others opinion and to talk about it, but at the same time if they're really interested in the topic, they can back up their words with it with their own money.
right.
So with that said, this kind of idea could help us as a platform to the next level, because people
Mm,
will realize we are the one that providing the truest data within that topic. And instead of just doing some fake polling from Twitter or even some kind of website that probably CNN was trying to do, right? So like
right.
trying to prevent this type of meaningless comment or like even scammer comments sometimes, because we trying to innovate the comment section as well for the market, for a social media platform. Like we'll actually have a badge when you try to do a comment, we'll have a badge showing which side you're supporting. So at first people could already tell like which sides you're on. You're not just saying your opinions and put it on internet and that's it. So that's why at the same time, we're not just allowing people to make the most genuine opinions on that, because they prove that they have the credibility to back up their opinions. But at the same time, we make sure that that person owns their opinion as well, instead of just making scammer comments or making meaningless opinions from the topic. So that's why this type of interaction, in my opinions, would push out the most genuine data for each topic, and I believe that this would cause us a huge user base growth and volume in the future.
Interesting. Now, so in terms of the social network side of things, is there a particular existing social media platform that you're trying to emulate? Like, are you going more the Facebook side of things, the Twitter sides of things? How do you envision the social network looking like?
Yes. So, put it in the simple size, or we actually would like to innovate the function from Twitter and Facebook. And shortly after that, if we see there's a constant user base growth, and then we will start to implement something like YouTube, Odyssey, those kind of stuff. But at first, we have to do it step by step. Like at first, we need to make sure that there's enough user base and interaction, which I believe it will be really, really soon. Because besides the second phase, actually we will do massive marketing from our platform. And I believe that this is just a matter of time for us to boom as a platform. So at first, we'll adopt the function from Twitter. And actually, for connection from Twitter sites, we'll actually have a one-click button. So like if a user try to do a comment or try to share their Rager, then they can actually just click one button and they can share their stuff to Twitter. And right now, we're really glad that Elon actually bought Twitter, because before we still kind of skeptical, like will Twitter block our platform or like block our comments because of some sort of policy? But clearly right now it's a really great news for us for interaction and to onboard those people from Twitter to our platform as well, because we are not just a social platform, and we are actually having different kinds of features for people to hop into it and speculate on others' opinions as well, right? And it's really, really great balance for us as a platform.
That's super interesting, man. Now, some an important question that pops up inevitably when you're talking about prediction markets is who ultimately decides who's right, who's wrong. Do you have some kind of Oracle integration? Does the team kind of oversee kind of the results of each prediction markets? How do you deal with finding out whether a particular prediction came to be true or not?
Sure. So let me explain a little bit on how the market works. So
Please.
actually, we allow users to create their own market, and of course, we will have a default market setting. Like it's just easier for users and us to create a market, right? So for example, like will hacks get to $1 by 2022, and then in the default market, you can simply just put hacks and $1 and 2022 as three inputs. And then after that, boom, that market is created. And then people that's interested in that certain topic could trade within the market. And then the market will determine by the oracle that which size was correct. So so let's say the market is open until December 31st, 2021, right? And then shortly after the market closed, the oracle will determine which size are the winning size. And then after that, those winning shares will be put into a winner's wallet proportionally. And then did you ask about the token yet, or just ask about how the?
I was going to ask that right next. How does the token integrate into all this?
Okay, good question. So like, that's the other thing I want to explain. As a staker, and our native token is called Speak token. As a staker, you don't have to use the wagering at all. You don't have to use anything from the prediction market size. As a staker, you simply just put your coins into our staking pool to earn the market trading fees out of it. So we'll collect a portion of the market trading fees and put it into a staking pool in stable coins. So the Speak holder can earn unlimited passive yield from stable coin. And at that time, a small portion of that fees will be used to buy and burn the Speak token as well. And since the Speak token is deflationary, that means once the contract is launched, it's immutable. It's not going to inflate anymore. So you're holding a deflationary token with a buy and burn function. At the same time, you're earning passive yield income in stable coin. So for me, it's like a win-win situation. And at the same time, you don't have to worry about anything. You simply just put into the liquidity pool, and then after that, you will earn the passive reward out of it without worrying about what happens to the market or like whether you win or not. Nothing like that. And at the same time, of course, no expectation. But in the future, for our Speak token, when we implement more and more social media feature into it, as a content creator, users could actually reward the Speak token to the content creator that they like. And at the same time, we'll have a referral bonus as well. So that means each user will have a unique referral link. And those kind of user that use within that link will, if they're active trader within the market, that particular user will actually enjoy a small portion of the trading fee of the person that used their referral link. So not just for normal users, and as an influencer standpoint, if they enjoy the platform, they can simply just recommend our platform to their fans, and then the fans could potentially use their referral link, and they can enjoy the referral bonus directly from those kind of trading fees as well. So there's tons of way for users to earn money out of this platform.
Interesting. Now, have you settled on the rates yet? Like, for example, you said there was a buy and burn. What percentage of the kind of the fees accrued goes towards that buy and burn? Have you settled on a rate yet?
Yep. Initially, we thought that 2% for the whole trading fee and 1% for buy and burn would be great. But since we have a deep conversation with the community right now, and they feel like maybe a smaller percentage of buy and burn fees and push more fees towards the passive yield would be a better option. So the percentage change is still in game because our token contract is still in development, which will be done soon. And actually, the marketing protocol it's pretty much done, which is the hardest part. So like as moving forward to the token contract, actually we're gonna start having a polling within the community, which is like a DAO voting, which is like a function we will have in the future, and we'll ask the opinions of the community on what they think would be the best for their own interests. So we will have a poll asking about what kind of percentage users gonna like, because at the same time we not just have to focus on the staker interest, but we have to focus on how we like attract the new users to come in without having a heavy trading fees within our market, right? It's just for marketing
balance.
Yep, just for yes, it's like a balance basically. So yeah, so that's that.
And so how is your total supply being determined here? Do you have a sacrifice phase?
Yes, actually the sacrifice is starting now. It starts from April 15, and the best rate, which is $1 to 10,000 points, would be end on May 15. And we have received like quite a lot of requests that if we should extend the sacrifice until the PulseCon launches, because like at least for the first week or so, like so that's why our team is looking to this kind of options. But even if we extend the sacrifice, it won't be the same best rate that we have right now. So
I see. So So the good rate is basically from what I'm seeing on the website. We basically have 15 days left. So
Yep.
15 days in instant changes left here.
Exactly. Yep.
Interesting. And so do you plan? So you obviously plan on being just exclusively a Pulse chain token, not an ERC20. That's correct.
Yeah, just for, even if we extend it just for Pulse X and probably P hex, and that's it. Yep.
Interesting. Okay. When do you expect to have your user interface up and running? Do you expect to be live day one? Do you think there's going to be kind of a delay? We still have to build things out, see how it's working. When do you expect to be kind of fully up and running, kind of minimum viable product?
So for the beta version, to be honest, we can release it at any time because it's done already. But the thing is, we have I won't say it's a concern, but it's a thing that has to be fixed, which is which stablecoin would be the best option for Pulse Chain, since we're using stablecoin as a wagering option. So we have to confirm which one would be the best. It could be DAI, it could be USDC, it could be USDT, or someone said it could be USDL as well. So like, in my opinion, I think all of them could be a good option, but we have to let the market determine which one would be the most stabilized packed stable coin. I would say ideally within the first month, if not the second month. But other than that, we don't have any delay on the market protocol or the platform itself, because it's ready already. So yeah, so I would say around a month or two after the mainnet launch, it would definitely be public to the crowd. But we will have a beta, try to have a beta version during the second phase, so people could have a grasp on how it looks like, or to be able to test it out. And yeah, that's our goal on that.
Any ETA on when we might be able to see the beta phase?
I would say, yeah, I would say close to the end of second phase. Close to the end. Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, because right now we're just trying to perfecting the front end for social platform and stuff like that, which is like not a hard task for me. But like we're trying to push out the best product we could have, because it's for the marketing standpoint as well. We don't want to like leak out some kind of beta version that's nothing close to complete. So
right, of course. Yeah.
Yep. So that's the point.
Interesting. Now, something else I always like to ask founders, team members, because every product and project is unique. They're all trying to face and tackle different problems. They'll have kind of unique tokenomics and kind of they're all unique. They're all special snowflakes. And so what I always like to find out is what elements of PulseSpeak is immutable and what elements aren't immutable. Like, for example, are the tokenomics immutable? Is any part of the smart contract immutable? Is the kind of user interface immutable, or some elements immutable and some kind of need to be changed?
Good question. So in terms of the prediction market protocol and the token contract, there's no admin keys is immutable. That means that we don't hold any of your coins. You actually interact with the protocol itself. And then besides that, we just have a minimal admin function for the front end feature. That means that in the future we will add like video publishing, stuff like that. Or if we just perfecting the front end of the social platform, that's the feature and that's the admin function that we have. But in terms of the token contract itself and the marketing protocol, that means once we launch this, there's immutable. No changes could ever happen. So that's why that's the awesome feature that we have, because we need to make sure that not even us could change the outcome of the protocol. So that's why at the same time we have to make sure that everything was in place and well beta tested before release, because once it launches, it's foregone conclusion. So
right, right on. Any audits by any chance?
Oh, it will be done once the token contract is done, which will be done soon. So we are looking for different options right now for the audit, but it will be done, the audit for sure.
Okay, right on. Now, something else here. What would if you kind of have to like I know we're still not done yet, but just from how things have gone so far, what would you say was the most kind of difficult or something unexpected that you found kind of during the development process of building out this project?
Sure. So, I mean, at first, building a social platform is not an easy task.
I
And
bet, yeah, yeah.
yeah, and building something that people are actually trying to use it, it's even harder. Like
Yeah.
we have do tons of thinking, brainstorming during the project to make it a attractive project to for people to participate in, because there's tons of copycats of Twitter and Facebook out there already, and I don't see any solid user base, in my opinion, for them. So for us, we actually jumping out the box and trying to innovate a really new, bold but solid idea for our social platform, which is adopting a prediction market, because we believe that um, once the prediction market protocol running, actually it will instantly bring tons of volume into it, and all we have to do is to utilize those kind of attraction, those kind of interaction, and make our social platform into the next level. So that's, of course, that's the first part. I feel like would be the hardest part for us when we're trying to brainstorm what kind of stuff should be implemented into the social platform. And
Right.
then after that, I think it's just a matter of time for us to build the user base. And I don't want to set up too many expectations, but it kind of feels like those kind of Facebook, Twitter, social media at the beginning. People don't realize what kind of potential they have in the future, because it's really not an easy task to digest the concept and the idea. But
Yep.
once you found out the reason behind that, once you found out the beauty of that, man, it's yeah.
Yeah, man, it's early days. It's super interesting, especially as as Pulsion continues to grow and as more users come over, and as kind of these prediction markets gain more traction. It's going to be very interesting to see kind of what kind of growth we see here in the near future. Yeah, man, it's super interesting. So for the people sacrificing as well, when will they get airdrop their tokens? Because will they get airdrop their tokens when Pulsion goes live, or will we have to wait and kind of until the user interface is like fully up and running?
I think in terms of the token, I think it could be airdrop right after the sacrifice was end. Um, um, I think there's some kind of like Mintra, those kind of protocol. They already tried to airdrop the token to the staker or the
Oh.
sacrificer. Yeah, and they are having some sort of beta version for them as well. And
Mm.
for us, we will try to make it happen before the actual protocol launch. But at the same time, like if we launch the protocol, the beta version of the protocol, and airdrop the token to the users on testnet, it's actually not the best way for user to kind of interact with the protocol, because like if we don't have enough testnet stablecoin for a staking pool, I think Mintra is having similar issue right now. Like they don't have enough test pulse for the staker to kind
Right.
of interact. So like eventually they will run out. So like we would like to airdrop the token to user. There's no problem with that. But at the same time, like we would like to do it in a simultaneous version. Like we want the protocol launch not having a really long waiting time from a token to be airdrop. So that's the only that's the only concern that we're having right now on in terms of airdropping the tokens to the users.
I see. Yeah, you're not gonna have basically the full functionality until this thing
Yeah,
is actually live and running. That
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
Have you thought about perhaps one day building out functionality to other ecosystems as well? I mean, you're building on Pulse Chain. Any thoughts maybe building out functionality to Ethereum, any other chains, anything like that? I
Um, I don't think so, because
mm,
our one of our main purpose is to make PulseChain gain the mass adoption. And
mm,
to be honest, we don't have really much spare time to
Right.
to push it into other chain. Of course, we can do it, but that's not our purpose. So we would like to make it exclusively for Pulse Chain and to help Pulse Chain gain the mass adoption based on our user volume and our user base. Yeah.
Right on. Now, something I heard you mention before, and I want to ask about this before I forget. You said you're a fork of Augur. Could you explain that a little bit more? Because I'm actually not familiar with Augur. What is Augur? What exactly are you forking, and how are you kind of different from Augur as well?
Sure. So our only difference from Augur was basically the tokenomics. So like
Okay.
they don't actually have I mean they have a token which they currently has close to no usage of it. So like
Mm,
they have a token, they trade within the market, which is in central exchange, etc. But
mm,
for the token itself, it doesn't really have much usage or interaction with the protocol itself. So for us, we're trying to kind of correct this kind of issues from Augur, and they're actually doing really well. Like
are
with
they an USC20 or?
yeah, they're actually they recently moved to Polygon. So like because
Oh,
of the fees, no people are gonna use a wagering website on Ethereum chain. It doesn't make sense.
okay. Right. So you
So,
say were you suggesting that that's the problem? Just that the fees were too high, that it's kind of unusable.
exactly. So that's why I think Pulsing has the edge of technology, of the fees, of for us to push forward. Because right
Right.
now, everything is about cheap fees. And
Yeah.
besides cheap fees, we actually have a lot of potential from Pulsing. Like if we just use cheap fees as a selling point, in my opinion, that's not enough. And for us to get the edge for Pulsing, we need to implement tons of new ideas and project into it for new users, crypto or non-crypto, to get into Pulse Chain. And that should be the spirit for the Pulse Chain developer and for PulseCon in the future as well. Yeah.
Are you aware of any other prediction markets building on Pulse Chain? Do you think you'll be the first to market, or is there other competition out there that you're aware of?
I don't think there's anything that even close to our ideas just yet. So like
Mm,
maybe in the future they will be
right.
one of our competitor, but
Okay. Yeah.
we'll always be the first one. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you seem to be first to market.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's super interesting. Um, Man, wow. Well, it's gonna be so interesting to see how things work out when Pulse Chain's finally out. Because the thing about Pulse Chain is that, like we kind of just touched on before, it opens the door to these interesting ideas that really haven't gotten much traction on Ethereum to actually possibly work on Pulse Chain, because you're not hampered by those fees. It actually makes kind of the protocol useful.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. And would you call yourself a product or a project?
Um,
Either
Vision.
or. A what, sorry?
A vision.
A vision. I like that. I like that a lot, man. That's
Yep.
super interesting. Hey, man. So I can't wait to see how things kind of go here. I think those are most of the questions I had on my end. If not, we'll see if Chad has anything to say. Folks, like and subscribe. It's been a great talk. If you have any questions, please let us know down in the comments below. But let me ask you, man, is there anything I missed? Is there a question? Is there something that needs to be said that hasn't been said yet?
Is there any questions in the comment section? Like,
Well, I see Daniel over here saying, Daniel Folke saying, great interview. You're doing a really great job. A lot of very interesting information. Thank you very much. Boof on the beat saying, thanks, fellas. No, 100%. And let's see, what's Quana? I don't know if I can say that name. It's not Steam. It's more like Augur with a forum attached. Interesting. Do you think that would be an accurate summary of PulseSpeak Augur with a forum attached?
it's pretty much it. It's pretty much it. Yep. That's a great conclusion. Yep.
So like a working Augur with a forum attached.
Exactly. Like a
Right on.
Reddit plus Augur. And we actually, I believe we have a better user interface than Reddit as well. So
Man, I can't wait to see it. As soon as you get that up and running, you gotta send me the link first. I'll be posting about it for sure.
first day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now this is an interesting question as well. How many devs do you have? What does the team look like?
Yep. So we have a core team of 7 people, and I hired 2 full stack developer already. So they're constantly working on. I have one currently working on the front end, and then the other one is working on the token contract right now. So they can work simultaneously. We don't have any delay in terms of the project. So other than that, I have a COO, which is handling the issues on the business development side, and then I have a designer, 2 designer actually, and then for marketing purposes, and then what else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I also have one director kind of oversee everything on it. So when I was doing interviews, stuff like that, then I don't have to worry about those kind of stuff. But like, yeah, we have a core team of 7 people, and most of them will reveal their identity once the website is up.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So yep. Does it answer your questions?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, now something else as well. Do you plan on visiting PulseCon?
You like having a booth?
Yeah, or yeah. To what extent are you involved? Are you speaker?
Yeah,
Do you have a
I'm
booth?
involved. I'm 100% involved. Yeah. So I'm glad that I'm invited as a official speaker from the PulseCon 2022. And also we will have a booth during the PulseCon as well. So for people who want to come chat with us, to understand more about our project, and basically we would like to use our platform, this is a great time, a great place for you to participate. And as a speaker myself, I will be talk about a lot of stuff, how to make free speech great again, and how could we do, what kind of stuff should we move forward in the future as a blockchain and as a community, to help us get better and to follow Richard's vision, basically to make things better in our daily life.
Yeah. And isn't it so interesting how Richard has inspired, I mean, people like yourself to take up the mantle and to actually build things out? It's such an awesome community, man. It's
I mean, not gonna lie, like of course, I could just, no offense to other project, but I could just build a meme coin, do pump and dump, and then that's it. But like, I think for myself, I want something more than just making money and just that. And at the same time, there's no hurting for having a great vision and making money at the same time. Because if this platform is going big, it's going real big. So like, in my opinion, it's just a matter of time for this platform to boom and to shine in the future in short period of time.
Yeah, absolutely. And man, I love that kind of that pro free speech attitude you have going into this. It's kind of it's the perfect niche, especially in regards to the blockchain. Now, thanks to Bufo on the beat, I saw an interesting question here as well, which I want to see what you have to say about this. So, quantifiably correct is saying, how do you filter bots and trolls posting obviously bad things? Will the community vote to ban things or what?
Yes. So the community votes actually has quite a lot of power. And if you want some kind of reference to that, actually we'll kind of follow by the PulseX DAO. So like, people could send tons of questions and have a polling with that. Of course, we have a core team voting and for the general voting for the community as well. But actually our team would take the advice from the community if there's some kind of significant stuff into it. We're not saying we're gonna establish a perfect platform at the beginning. Even Twitter, even Elon himself has a lot of challenges as a social platform in the future. But the thing is, we are willing to innovate. We're willing to change the bad stuff into good stuff. So you're saying how to filter bots and trolls. Might be that there's some kind of issues like that in the future if we get big, but there's always things to handle it, like such as when we do a comment, like we have the really small fees and monetary value put into it. And as I said before, when you wagering, you actually put yourself, your opinions into a public with the credibility already. That means that people know which side you supporting. how much of a market portion you have within the market. So this kind of stuff is already a huge step for us to filter out all the scammer comments and meaningless stuff within the comment section. So for us, it's just keep on improving in the future, and we're willing to listen to the community if there's some bad issues happening in our platform in the future. That's for sure.
Interesting. So let me know if you would agree with this statement. It seems like you want to allow as much free speech as possible. When issues do arrive, we're kind of able to check in with the DAO, check into the community to see exactly what can and can't be allowed. Kind of when those gray issues arise. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Interesting. Right on, man. Okay. Well, folks, look, this has been super interesting. Everyone, like and subscribe. Let's see if we got any more questions here. I think Boof on the Beat saying, system sounds like a good idea. Kind of like what I was thinking. I might use like 10% for high risk stuff. Like B Root says, remember, not financial advice. Yes. When are you going to submit a proposal to PulseX staking pool? Does that question make sense to you?
So you're saying like some kind of like a staking pool, like a liquidity pool proposal, or like
yeah, like I think either well, I think I can interpret this question, ask my own interesting question here, which is do you plan on having any kind of liquidity well, I presume obviously on PulseX?
yeah, sure, for sure. Like so we are trying to make a stable coin staking pool for within our platform, but at the same time for liquidity usage we'll definitely trying to open the pool. And I mean even if we don't open the pool, that there will be someone opening the liquidity pool for in PulseX. So like it's if that's your question, that's definitely the answer. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well, man, look, that's kind of most of what I had from my end here. If you have any kind of final thoughts, let the people know. Where can we find more of you? Where can people looking to PulseSpeak? Where do we find the kind of the sacrifice phase? Let the people know.
Sure. So the sacrifice phase is actually started, and the best way will be end on May 15th. So please do it quick if you decide to sacrifice for a political statement, which is make free speech great again. And also, for more information, feel free to browse our website, pulsespeak.com/sacrifice. And hopefully you could like put a link on
I'll put a link in the comments, and I will also put a link down in the description below right after we're done.
Awesome. And also our chat group is t.me/PulseSpeak.com, and our Twitter is twitter.com/PulseSpeak.com. So feel free to follow us on Twitter and chat group, and feel free to discuss different kind of game theory options, or basically if you're just trying to look for more information, please feel free to join. We'll be happy to answer our questions.
That's awesome, man. Yo, thanks so much for coming on. Thanks for sharing with us what your project's all about. I'm very excited to see kind of what the future has in store. I'm not sure I'll be able to make it to PulseCon this year, but maybe next year we'll just say hi and kind of reminisce about kind of the early days. So thanks a lot for coming on, man.
Thank you so much, Brandon.
Everyone, like and subscribe. Thank you all for tuning in, and until next time, take care.